I'm Dr. Les Hansen. I've been at the University of Minnesota as a faculty member for 39 years now and got involved with dairy youth programming. And that's kind of been a driver for me for the rest of my life. And that would apply to a lot of the students that I now work with who also have that kind of a background. I always had that itch, that urge to discover new things and to try new things. And I was really tickled when I found, man, I could combine my love of dairy cows and especially dairy people with my interest in science and research by going to graduate school and potentially being a faculty member of a university. So that's my background. Many of the students I work with do not happen to major in animal science, but for the ones that do, I met with them recently, and I was happy that most of them are exploring. And I think that's what's important for students as undergraduates. The ones that give me a little concern are the ones that come to the university with blinders on, and they've already got their plans for the rest of their lives all firmed up. And life is an ongoing set of experiences and growth. And that applies to students too. So I was pleased in talking to them, when they said, I really don't know for sure what I want to do. And I said, well, that's wonderful. I'm glad you don't know yet what you exactly want to do. And it's good to keep looking at options and keep talking with people, learning in any way you can, and then growing. So that ability to keep learning and being flexible, I think, is really important. Well, the Gopher Dairy Club, for example, a student organization, which is very large and very organized, the wonderful thing for those members of the club that are part of our community is that they're networked. They may be on a farm-based, but they're networked with all of those other people that are out in industry and in education. So they've got all those contacts moving forward. So that's the most valuable thing for the student organizations, is that you got a sense of community that you really rely on for the rest of your life. In that, we have just an incredible Greek system as well. And it's nothing like Greek systems on most university campuses. And so that provides another type of community that provides for lifelong friendships and a lifelong support system. And for both the Gopher Dairy Club, but I would probably say likewise for those Greek houses, a big learning process is how to deal with conflict and when people disagree, because people aren't going to disagree on everything. And when you are forced in an organization to interact with all types of people that you would normally not seek out to be your friends, he or she isn't so bad after all, I should be more open-minded about this, that, or the other thing. So that's also a big part of the growth and development that comes through the community on a college campus. But that is valuable. And then, of course, actually landing an internship. And that's a major change from, let's say, 25, 30 years ago. And almost all of our students do an internship, if not 2 or 3 now. And an internship, it's like, okay, I think this is what I want to do. This interests me. And you go out and do it. And it can go like 3 different ways. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's exactly the type of thing I want to be involved in for a career. One can be, that was okay. I learned a lot. But, I actually found out there's other areas that would probably be a better fit for me. And then the other one, this one happens less frequently, but it certainly happens. It's like, oh my gosh, I was thinking that's the kind of work I wanted to do. I don't want anything to do with that. So the internships are hugely valuable. So I think that the freshman and sophomore need to seek out a lot of input on their course selections as well. And again, get out of their comfort zones. Coursework selection is important and valuable, but they really want people that are open-minded and want to be lifelong learners. So that's really important. But having a mentor that you kind of shadow and develop a relationship with, I think that is really good, because if it's not formal employment, like even with an internship, having a mentor that you can spend time with and they share, some of their experiences, what worked, what didn't work, and how to kind of set yourself up for the future. My joy is working with young people and trying to help set them up. So sometimes the news I share, the advice I give, maybe is the way to say it, maybe not always exactly what they want to hear, but I always say, just take that input and factor it in with other input you get, and check with many people. Get a lot of input from a lot of people. And in particular, sometimes I know parents can often, provide their guidance. There's a huge range there. So I say, your parents, listen to your parents and seek their input. If they provide it, even if you don't ask for it, take it into account. But deep down, they want you to do what you want to do. So don't feel that you have to follow their instructions. They're just trying to be helpful. By doing that, you're more likely to come out on top.